So Naya theatre is not about people's voices, or it's not about people's causes, to put it right. Would you, Mr. Varadkar?
No, there is an undercurrent of this, very subtle, that is there. I think social and even Charan Das Chor is political, because the thief is killed because the queen is afraid of her being dethroned. So there is a political aspect to the end of the play. So that was because politically he was always alive, my father, being a leftist. And social issue to hai, like Hirma Ki Amar Kahani, it's about the Bastar tribals, the exploited and the exploiter, the haves and the have-nots. And it is about Praveer Chand Bhansdev, who was from Odisha, who was the Raja, whom the Bastar tribals revered and considered him an avatar. So he has changed the name of the protagonist, and Narona Tapthe. And through conspiracy, Praveer Chand Bhansdev was killed. तो नरोना का कैरेक्टर कल्ला नाम का एक कैरेक्टर है, तो it's about India and about the marginal society and about ecological balance. The forests of the country have been denuded rampantly without a single thought about what will happen to the weather. Nothing has been thought about. Timber, Lana, you can see truckloads of timber going from Bastar. And unfortunately, all the travel belts of the country are minerally rich. That is the irony of it all. आप झारखंड चले जाइए, it's so rich, culturally so rich. South Bihar, I've been there to remote areas. It's minerally rich. Iron ore मिलता है वहाँ, bauxite, manganese, everything. Same with Bastar, Uttarakhand. What has happened to that's your real Indian. उसकी क्या हालत हो गई है आज? Politicized हो गया है सारा मामला, सलवा जुदुम बस्तर में. I mean, मतलब it's very very sad. That's your original Indian, your Dravidian by root, So where are we? I don't know. So anyway, that's a different issue. But even Bahadur Kalarin, it was a social. It was about incest, mother and son. Incest, and the son marries 126 times and then discovers that he is in love with his own mother. So what will the mother, she kills him and then kills herself. That's and it's a folk tale, it's a Chhattisgarhi folk legend. Charan Das Chor is about truthfulness, there's a moral at the end of the story. So it's all, it's there, it's clear and yet subtle, and with economy, because art में कहते हैं ना selective होना चाहिए, किफ़ायत होना चाहिए. That's what my father used to say. Otherwise, it will not be art. So all the plays had that.
You had something to add to that.
Yes, I was just going to say that I think it's a little unfair to counterpose it like that, so that Naya theatre wasn't concerned about the people. I think that's a very unfair thing. It's as if that they weren't. If they say, well, they weren't in quite the sense that, let's say, the Janam plays are. But I think the contexts are different. Habib Tanvir wrote plays which were, of course, as Nagin was saying about these kinds of issues, but there was also a philosophical element in the plays, which I think is very important, which is equally important and part of our social fabric. As you said that Charan Das Chor, it's the question of truthfulness. That's it's a duvidha jo hoti hai na, wo wahan pe hai. It's not black and white. So that I think is very important. That doing praise for the people doesn't mean only doing praise about minimum wages. Of course that's important. But it's also these larger questions, because that's what make us human beings, and that's part of our lives. And I think that's something that Habib sir got very well.
So as I would understand is that the point that you finally made was that it's not divorced from the people.
No, it's not at all divorced.
So it may not be for the causes, but it's not divorced from.
It cannot be cause oriented, but it's absolutely not divorced from the people, not at all.
So I mean, here there is another point of how is Naya theatre seen? Is Naya theatre seen as folk theatre, I mean, it's question to you, like you said.
No, it is not folk theatre. The artists are folk. The rural folk artists. But we've done all kinds of plays. Folk, Charandas Chor is a folk tale from Rajasthan. And the original name is Sachai Ki Bisat. Mitti Ki Gadi, we've done Shudrak's Mitti Ki Gadi. Veni Sangar, Mudra Rakshas, Sanskrit classical plays. We've done Brecht, Molière, Shakespeare. So all sorts of plays. छोटे छोटे ड्रामे भी किए हैं. Wrote a play for literacy called Sadak, 28 minutes play. And Mr. Sudeep Banerjee asked my father, Habib, we have to do this on National Literacy Day. Pranab Mukherjee is coming. So we did a workshop, 1 month long workshop in 94 in Pendra Road in Chhattisgarh. And it was about the road, Sadak. What happens when a tar road is made in a rural area? What happens? Corruption, deforestation, things like that.
So they, like you said, that it's not folk theatre, it's professional theatre where they're using just folk artists.
Professional theatre because the artists are full-time actors. They do nothing else. The folk artists I'm talking about.
Okay. And Manishji, you had something to say to that, which
actually Habib Saab's had a great quality he took folk artists, worked with them and produced plays which were modern contemporary plays. Whether it was a Sanskrit classic, whether it was Shakespeare, whether it was a modern story converted or a folk story, there was a contemporariness and modern sensibility in the play. And that I think is wonderful, because very often, because they were Chhattisgarhi artists looking the way they looked, which was lovely, and they sang like nobody else can sing, and they moved like nobody else can move. It was this grace and simplicity, and in all that, while they look folk in one sense, they don't look urban, and they speak Chhattisgarhi, the play is not folk. It's a modern play. It's not even an urban play, because I'm not making that division. Somebody spoke about, actually Sudhan, one of our group members, he had written about Habib Tanvir extensively, and he called him the upside down Midas. So there was this king Midas who touched everything, and it was converted to gold. But whatever Habib Tanvir touched became the earth. Mitti Zameen ban gayi.
That's a lovely thing to say. I would just say that there's a lot of overlap that I see. Was there ever an actual overlap between Saptarashmi and Naya Theatre? Was there ever a project that was done together?
Actually, there was, and there have been many. Sabdar used to know Habib Saab from childhood, because Sabdar's father and Habib Saab, for a very brief time, they worked in the same office. But long before that, before even Jannatyam Manch was formed, and there was a pre-Jannatyam Manch phase, Habib Tanvir was a young upcoming director at that time, and he had come and done a workshop with a bunch of young people. So there has been not an association but a connect. That has come back to us maybe like 25 years later. It was in 1988 that when we were doing Moteram Ka Satyagrah, which is a play that Sabdar wrote on one of Premchand's short stories, that we had invited Habib Saab to come and to direct the play for us. So Habib Saab didn't come alone, obviously. Habib Saab came with Naya Theatre. So it became, without anybody's planning, quite organically a collaboration. And we are very proud of that, Jannatyam Manch was able to work with these wonderful performers and Habib Saab and Monica Di. So Monica Di in fact did the costumes of the play, and Devilal, who is a Naya Theatre person, he did some of the music, and Habib Saab did the rest. So it was, and the singers came and there were actors in it, and in fact one of the pretty important roles, a small one but a pretty important role, was done by one of the Naya Theatre actors. So it became a collaboration on its own. Subsequently, when we did repeat shows of the play and the Naya Theatre actors weren't there, we managed with the other singers. But the play was kept alive for some time. And since then there has been a connect with the group, and I mean, Habib Saab and Monica, they never felt that Jannatam Manch was different. It just happened to be another name. They are part of the larger family of Nyaya Theatre, that's it. And we always felt that they are ours, we belong to them, that sort of thing. So there has been, and even now, it's not that we've met them very often, but there is this sense of being part of something which is together.
When you just now spoke about music, I would like to ask you, Nagiti, what about the music in basically Nacha and like your form of theatre, and then I'll come down to come down to the point of asking you. She doesn't like the word "come down." So to the point of asking you about in street theatre, the music and its usage.
Nacha is the form of folk theatre in Chhattisgarh, and the actors sing and dance and act. And males dress up as women, and they are called paris. Pehle pari aati hai, and she dances and she sings. Then the comedy skit begins. 4 actors, at the most 3 actors. Now there used to be Chhattisgarhi folk songs in Nacha, but when they came, there was music from all over the country. There were Gujarati tunes, there were Rajasthani tunes, Haryanvi tunes of the swang tradition of Haryana. There were Videsiya tunes from Bihar. There were tunes from Madhya Pradesh, Bundeli dhunein bhi thi. And the music was not used like a patchwork, like an ornamentation. It was used for the progression of the story. And sometimes it worked as a narrator, a particular song. जो बात डायलॉग से नहीं होती थी वो गाने से हो जाती थी. So music became an integral part of Nyaya Theatre, and without music, Nyaya Theatre plays would be rather stark. I will give an example of Mitti Ki Gadi, the little clay cart. I had mentioned earlier that he had seen lots of productions of the play in Europe and in England, and he didn't like the productions. Something was coming in the way. Then he started blocking the play, और उसमें 9 आंगन का जिक्र होता है कि the Ganika, the courtesan, she has 9 angans, courtyards. How to show the 9 angans on stage? And then the Ratwan goes to Pushpakarandak garden, and the next moment he is in the Kacheri. Now how to show that time and space and action? Now Aristotle has said there are 3 theories of time, space and action. He broke that. Without his knowledge of the Natya Shastra, the Rasa theory, because of the Rasa theory, the story should flow without any obstacle. So, ras bhang nahi hona chahiye, the essence. Essence is not the right word, and you cannot translate ras. So, it's an Eastern word. So, that and his teacher, Duncan Ross, in England, Oldwick, he had said, Habib, remember one thing, whatever production you're doing, they used to teach, a comedy, a tragedy, a popular play. He said, whatever you like, you take up and you do that play. Remember one thing, the story has to flow. If anything is coming in the way of the flow of the story, just do without it, throw it out. Whether it is the set or the prop, whatever it might be. So he remembered this. ये गुर उन्होंने सिखाया. So Mitti Ki Gadi, then he designed about 12 sets on paper. Then he came to the conclusion, he had a round chabutra platform, and the play flowed, the story flowed. Nothing stopped the flow of the story, and the play was a success. It was done in 1958 with urban actors and Chhattisgarhi actors. No, it was totally Chhattisgarhi. The first play in Chhattisgarhi was Mitti Ki Gadi in 1958. before Naya Theatre was founded, but the actors were already there. Then it was revived from time to time. So, Rasa is one thing, whether it is Indian music, whether it is visual art, painting, or classical dance, folk dance, or tribal dance, or theatre, the theory of Rasa is the undercurrent of Indian art and culture. Without that, Indianness would not be there. That's the identity of Indianness.
And would you tell us something about use of music in street theatre?
Like the role of music in any kind of theatre, street, proscenium, whatever you want to call it, there, as Naveen was saying, that it serves many roles. So in street theatre, the problem with Jannatyam Manch is that for some reason or the other, we are not good singers. But we are very bad singers. So when by chance we have a bunch of people amongst us who sing well and we are able to open a music director who is able to work with us, we have music in the place. But there have been many street plays which do not have any song, primarily because we know that we can't sing. So instead of singing badly, it's best not to sing. So we've had plays. It's not because we can sing and we've consciously not kept music. No, it's not quite like that. It's really circumstances.
Then quickly attached question to that is that do you think that the audience for theatre is reducing or getting attracted to other medium like let's say movies, 3D movies, set-top boxes, internet? So is the audience for theatre diminishing, declining?
बचपन में भी यही सवाल सुनते थे कि थिएटर ही नहीं देखता, कोई पढ़ता ही नहीं है, आजकल के बच्चे पता नहीं कैसे हैं. The moment anybody says आजकल के बच्चे पता नहीं कैसे हैं, that means that person is old mentally. It's idiotic, I think theatre has grown. I genuinely think that. The amount of theatre that I saw when I was in college was far less than what is available today in Delhi. And Delhi doesn't have a huge amount of theatre. It doesn't. There is so much theatre happening in colleges, in schools, among people who are just interested in doing theatre. So I think that there is much more theatre happening. In many places where it didn't happen, there's much more theatre happening, and therefore there are audiences. I'm not saying that all the theatre that is happening is necessarily excellent in all ways. It isn't. I'm sure it isn't. But I think that the more there is, the better. In India, the professional theatre, commercial theatre really existed largely in two places, largely, in Bengal and in Maharashtra. And in Bengal, even that has been curtailed a lot. In Maharashtra, it continues, but on and off it limps along also. But the mainstay of theatre in this country has been by what we call the so-called amateur theatre groups, for whom theatre is not an earning profession. They may be thinking about it professionally and passionately, but certainly they don't earn money. And there are many groups. There are many people I know in Delhi and in other bigger cities where they are to rehearse only in the weekends because they don't have time apart from weekends. So they are doing that. So the people are finding ways and means of
keeping it.
Yes, absolutely.
नहीं, मैं इस पे आप सोचोगे कि आजकल के बच्चे पर you had a different point of view, which was that ये age of speed and fast food and changing taste. So change of aesthetic पे there was a conversation that we were having. So would you like to tell us a little bit?
हाँ, उसमें ये है, if a play is slow, audience doesn't have the patience to stay. अरे हमको फलां जगह जाना है, तो चलो. Some plays demand slowness, gradualness. So एक तो ये बात है. And if you are doing a period play, it demands a certain speed. तो मैं तो इतना ही कहना चाहूँगी.
Yes, that is.
But one thing I would like to say, वो जो म्यूजिक वाला पॉइंट था ना, कि my father was a composer as well. He was a poet. First he was a Urdu shair. He was to the core an Urdu shair first. and he never wanted to become a theatre director. He wanted to be an actor. So पहले तो he joined the Navy in Pune. He failed in the Viva. He said, "Chalo, let me go and join the films in Bombay." That was 1940s. So he acted in 8 films. And he was a part of IPTA, Indian People's Theatre Association, and he used to do street plays as well. They used to do street plays. Parsi theatre का ज़माना था. You know, Bombay then was very, very different. अच्छा, तो फिर उनको कहा गया कि तुम डायरेक्टर बन जाओ. Balraj Sahni was a part of IPTA, Deena Gandhi, you know, Deena Pathak, all these people. तो वो इत्तेफाक से बन गए, and then got stuck with him. But you know, he used to sketch very well, sets के diagrams, because his father Abbaji, he was an architect by profession. My dada, my grandfather, और वो हाफिज थे, मौलवी थे. मौलवी मतलब हाफिज थे who knows the Quran backwards by heart. So my father came from a very religious, conservative Islamic background. But his mother was the one who was the emancipated in the family. So I think he got his talent from his mother, because पर्दा करते थे घर में सब औरतें, बुर्का नहीं पहनती थी, but सनी पर्दा होता था. And my grandmother, she used to converse with men. Imagine a Muslim woman of conventional background conversing with men. You know, और दावत होती थी, खाने होते थे, ये सब होता था. It was a part of culture. And his elder brother used to act, Bhaijan, Zahir Babu. He used to do Zanana roles, Parsi theatre style में, in Kalibadi, Raipur. So I think that was his first introduction to acting, my father's. और सभी कुछ अच्छा कर लेते थे भाई. फिर he was a good administrator also. I don't know, he was multifaceted. I really marvel at that. And I've never seen a person work with such pinpointed and deep concentration. झगड़ा भी हो रहा था घर में.
Yeah, please, yeah.
I want to add something to this concentration.
Yes,
When
yes.
Habib Saab, you know, we've seen many directors, a lot of directors, they'll go, idhar hilo, udhar hilo, they'll be physically very active. Habib Saab didn't do that. He didn't move from one place. He would sit in his chair with his notebook open and he would do things, बीच में बोलते थे. He would never get up, and yet you never felt that he's not full of energy. He didn't physically move, but there was something in the way he got us to act, the way he directed us, that there was nothing but high energy there. So, and at the end of it, he would be excited to do more after 18 hours of rehearsal, and we would be all dead. So that was very often.
No, that was there, and he has had this innate calmness and poise. You cannot work well without poise. You have to have that inside you. You know, and then naturally the energy will come. He channelized his energy very well.
तो वो आप थोड़ा सा आगरा बाजार के बारे में बताओ. आगरा बाजार was a play, that was his first play or his
That was his first full-length play, 1954. And the play was written, actually some people of Jamia approached him and said, नज़ीर का दिन है, बर्थडे है, इतने साल पूरे हो गए, आप कुछ करिए उन पर, या write something about the poet Nazir of Agra. So then he started writing Agra Bazaar in a place called Batla House, which had a thatched roof. It was a mud setup, a building made of mud with a thatched roof, which was called the Batla House. So he used to go to so many, people who used to make saddles for horses, reins for horses.
मैं एक सेकंड आपको इंटरप्ट करके बताना चाहूँगा कि आगरा बाजार was a play about नज़ीर अकबराबादी, जिसमें एक पूरी बाजार के बारे में है.
So I'm coming to that.
अच्छा, okay.
I'm coming to that.
We didn't know
हाँ.
that all the characters talk about it.
किताब की दुकान पे literary कॉन्वर्सेशन होता था अबाउट गालिब, ज़ौक़, फिरदौसी, इन शायरों के बारे में गुफ्तगू होती थी. एंड नज़ीर वॉज अंडरमाइंड बाय ऑल दिस पीपल हू यूज्ड टू सिट इन द बुक शॉप. तो मदारी भी था, बट देयर वाज एन अंडरलाइंग स्टोरी. द थीम वाज about Nazir, who never appears on stage. It was, and then later on, 54 में तो नहीं था, later on a partisan was added in the play. कि तवाइफों का कल्चर क्या था और झगड़ा क्या. It was a part of Indian culture. तो 1954 में 70 की कास्ट थी आगरा बाजार में. एक गधा भी था, गधे ने स्टेज पे लीड भी कर दी थी. You know, so the whole play had the odors of the bazaar, the visuals of the bazaar, and the sounds of the bazaar. So बिल्कुल बाजार. उसके बाद सुमित्रा चरित्रम ने कहा था कि अभी साहब मीना बाजार भी करिए.
मुझे लगता है कि उस गधे को लगा होगा कि उसका लीड रोल.
So Agra Bazaar, that was the first milestone in Habib Tanveer's theatre life. The second milestone was Charan Das Chor in 1975. Agra Bazaar was revived after 54 in 1970, then again in 76, then 89, then in the 90s. The third milestone was, the second milestone was Gaon Ka Naam Sasural, Morna Damad. That was in Nacha form. Nacha के ही रूप में था. And he had cemented 3 comedy skits and made it into one story. And then came Charan Das Chor. First the film was made by Shyam Benegal.
Yeah. And you were talking about that Charan Das Chor actually in the folk tradition continues from after his death also. And Habib
Yes, yes, we still have the folk. Many of the folk actors have died, but we have the new batch. And out of the old batch, just 3 or 4 actors are there now.
नहीं, मैं वो पूछ रहा था कि वो चरण दास चोर का जो एक्चुअल फोक स्टोरी है, उसमें वो मरने के बाद भी
अच्छा, the Rajasthani folk tale. हाँ, it was written by Vijaydam Detha. And Vijaydam Detha, in his original story, the story goes further. That the thief steals in the heavens also. And his point of view was that evil does not end, it continues. My father's point of view was that the play should end where it ends, where the thief dies, is killed, because otherwise it will be anticlimax. The climax is here, and it is a dramatic end. So there was a clash between my father and Vijaydam Detha. They were always at loggerheads about the end.
But we like the play as it is. So, just continuing on that, we would ask you to tell us a little bit about, you're a musician, you're a singer, your connection with music. How do you?
My connection with music is very old. I mean, I was very, very small. Loved music. I just loved music. That was my first love. It still is. और थिएटर में तो मैं इत्तेफाक से हूँ, तो वो अलग बात है. But when anyone used to ask me what you want to be when you grow up, I used to say I want to be a singer. And it's music which is, I think, it is the most superior form of art form, because it gets communicated immediately, not only from an individual to another individual, but to all living creatures of earth, even plants and animals. So music, and it is an art of abstraction. It's an abstract art. It's about sound. So I think that's why music, and it's pure mathematics. It's totally mathematics. So I think life without music can be very needless, कहते हैं ना. हाँ, तो I have learnt from various gurus, from Ustad Fayyaz Khan's direct disciple Deepali Nag, Sulochana Brahaspati in Delhi, and I'm learning Drupad from the Bundecha Bandhus in Bhopal. Now I'm learning Thumri from a very eminent vocalist, Purnima Chaudhary, who is a direct disciple of Mahadev Mishra of the Banaras Gharana, and she's very good. So I've had a long musical journey, and my musical journey with Nayar Theatre is different. I started composing music from 1985, helping my father. And I used to sing a tune, whatever tune I liked, I used to sing, and then he used to say, keep repeating it, so that he would remember the tune. And then he would, according to the meter of the tune, he would compose the song and set it to tune, thoda modify kar dete the, you know. So, and he works slowly. Music takes the longest time in a production. Play तैयार हो जाएगा, music में सबसे ज़्यादा समय लेता है music. It's a slow process.
So after we finish the conversation today, which is after a few questions more, we'll ask you to sing a few songs.